What if I told you you could earn $50 a month in cashback without a credit card? Would you take it? Of course you would. Who wouldn't? That's what the PayPal debit card offers you if you know what you're doing. Now, this card may look like a normal debit card, but the truth is it's not. If used correctly, it can slot into almost any wallet and provide value from day one. Add on the fact that it preserves credit and issuer status like Chase's 524, and it's easy to see why many consider this one of the most underrated cards, debit or credit, out right now. And by the end of this video, you'll understand how this boring debit card can beat out some of the best credit cards for everyday cashback, barely breaking a sweat in the process. Now, in this video, I'll break down everything you need to know so you can squeeze max value out of this card. We'll start with a 2-minute setup that most people skip, then uncover where it shines, where it falls short, and wrap up with an insane 2-card strategy that unlocks a free Costco membership plus 5% back. Now, if you enjoy this content, drop a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And take notes here, because if you skip this next part, you're basically giving PayPal free money every single month. Now, before you ever make a purchase, let's fix the biggest mistake most people make, and that's the setup. Most people think the headaches with this card start at the register, but it's really the settings you need to pay attention to. If you don't set your settings up properly, you could end up missing out on cashback every single month. The PayPal debit card earns 5% cashback, capped at $1,000 of spend per month in one of the following categories: restaurants, apparel, fuel, groceries, and rideshare or public transit. Now, here's the trick. Those categories don't roll over month to month. The pro here is flexibility. You can switch these categories up monthly. Large back to school shopping for the kids, switch to the apparel category. Big party coming up for the holidays, switch to groceries. The con here is that if you forget to tag your category each month, you'll earn nothing. Now, you should get a notification from PayPal at the beginning of each month, so take 10 seconds to set that category, and you've already beaten out half of PayPal's users who never do. Imagine missing out on $50 a month just because you didn't take the time to set the category. And once that's dialed in, now the real fun begins, because now every swipe actually means something. And depending on how you use it, that 5% can turn into way more. Now, for me, there's 2 smart ways to play this card. First is to use the card for groceries. This is the best value option in my opinion, and where this card absolutely shines. And that's because with the PayPal debit card, you actually get 5% back on grocery spend at stores like Target, Walmart, and Costco. Currently, this is the only card, debit or credit, that does this, which is what makes this card so powerful. Now, the second strategy is what I do, and it's to slot this card into a category that your current wallet doesn't cover. For me, that's gas. The pro here is it further optimizes your existing setup, but the con is you may be missing out on rewards if you don't hit that cap every month. I'm willing to live with that since I'm already getting at least 3x across all my other main spend categories like dining, groceries, and transit. So I use this card to round out my setup. So whether you're using this card for gas or groceries, you're likely ahead. But there's an even bigger reason on why this card punches above its weight class. And it's honestly the best part about this card. But before we can figure that out, you need to first understand how reward cards are built. And in my eyes, there's 4 you need to know. First, you have your catch-all cards. These usually offer a flat 1.5 to 2% cashback or points for your overall spend, usually uncapped. Examples here would be the Venture X or the Freedom Unlimited. Next, you have your specialist cards that normally give you anywhere between 3x and 4x back in a few specific categories like dining or streaming. Examples of these would be the Capital One Saver and the Amex Gold. Next, you have your rotating multiplier cards. These usually give you the highest cash back or points, but the catch is you're forced to choose whichever category is the elevated category for that quarter. Some of these cards are the Discover It Cashback or the Freedom Flex. Now, the final type of card is the fixed elevated multiplier card. These usually give you elevated multipliers like 5%, but unlike the rotating categories, you're able to pick the category you want. Now, although all these types of cards are needed to build out an optimal wallet setup, that fourth group, the fixed elevated multipliers, is the gold standard. And the 2 leaders in this category are the Citi Custom Cash and the PayPal debit card. Where Citi wins is you have 10 categories to choose from, plus you have travel card synergy with other cards in Citi's ecosystem. Now, where the PayPal debit card wins is first, there's no hard pull and no credit impact. Second, you have the higher cap of $1,000 versus $500 per month. That's $300 per year if you can max it out. Now, here's the moment the math flips. Now, aside from being one of the top dogs when it comes to cash back, the other reason the PayPal debit card shines is the fact that stores like Walmart, Target, and Costco can actually code as groceries. Now, of course, no card wins in every category. Now, one issue with this card is consistency. And as of this recording, there's mixed reviews here. Now, I've used this card at these stores, and have gotten the 5% back, but others haven't been as lucky. And there's some data points suggesting, depending on where your store is located and the merchant code used, you may not be able to get the 5% back. A pro tip here is to test with a small transaction first. There's also been some data points suggesting that the UI of the app can also cause it to look like you didn't receive the rewards, even though you did. So sometimes the rewards don't appear in the transactions, but may show up under points and rewards. So if you don't see it in one tab, check the other before panicking. Now, although this could be annoying, the potential upside here is huge, especially when you know this next trick. This is where it goes from good to great. And that's because this card actually gives you the ability to stack this multiplier with PayPal shopping portal, PayPal offers. Now, let's say you selected apparel as your category and Adidas shows up as 7% in the portal. Purchasing through the portal allows you to stack rewards, netting 5% plus 7%, which would be the 12% back on this purchase. Combine that with the fact that it works at tough retailers like Target and Walmart, and you can see why this card is getting so much buzz. Now, if these two stores are your primary places to shop, it may make sense to pick up one of these store-specific cards. I have videos on my channel breaking down both the Walmart credit cards and Target Circle cards, so check those out after this video and see if one of those cards makes sense for you, or if it makes more sense going with the PayPal debit card. But if you want this card for Costco, this makes things a little trickier. But this next combo pushes the ceiling here even higher to get you max value. Now, the strategy here is a 2-card stack. The first card is the Mesa Homeowner Credit Card. In addition to being a fantastic card to get rewards on your mortgage, it also offers you various credits for a $0 annual fee. And you guessed it, one of those credits is for a Costco membership. Now, I have a video on my channel also breaking down that card, so check that one out after if you're interested. Now, that's your Costco membership for free. And if you compare that with the PayPal debit card, that can net you 5% back on all of those purchases, further enhancing the value. Now, whether you're slotting this card into an existing setup to fill a gap or looking to max out some of those tougher retail multipliers, this card offers insane value for any person who's trying to maximize their everyday spend. Add in the fact that you can stack this card with PayPal offers, and it's easy to see why this card is garnering so much attention. Let's just hope that PayPal keeps this reward structure long term, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, that's all I got for you guys today, but if you got any value out of this video, hit the like button and subscribe to let me know you want more of this content. Also, let me know in the description if you think this card is overhyped or justified. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.